Okay, so today I am checking on swarm hives, and what I'm actually going to be doing, I'm going to check on my oldest swarm hives first, my first swarm hive that I caught first, and I'm going to check it for eggs and brood, and then give it a pollen patty. I'm going to give it a queen excluder and the super. Breeze, stay over here. Okay, let's see what we can see here. I'd say she's doing pretty good. What do you think? And then if I can find her, I'm going to mark her. This is the hive that the queen actually flew off on me, and so it's good to see that she must have come back and started laying. So that's good. It's going to be raining here in the next, several weeks. And let's see if you can see that right there. That's my queen right there. I hope you can see that. I'm not sure I can one-hand this, but there we go. So I'm going to catch her and mark her. That was probably the worst marking job ever. Okay. So anyways, I got her marked. And she's a good laying queen. Okay. So I don't exactly remember when I caught this swarm. It was about, 2 weeks ago, I think. Maybe 11, 12 days ago actually, so that's pretty good. Whoops. This right here is actually the very, very large swarm that I caught the day I caught the second and third swarms. Grace, get over here, buddy. Kind of want to see how they're doing in the So they took down all the syrup here. Every last drop, even though I gave them about 4 gallons of it. So that's good. And okay. Let's pop this feeder off. Let's see what we got going on. Now with this hive, this was only captured about a week ago. I would only expect to see eggs and a little bit of larvae. So I'm not expecting to see any cap brood or anything like that. But I do want to see if they're drawing out comb. Let's see what they're doing for drawing comb. Look at that. That colony has drawn this whole frame completely out in 1 week. And it's very, very light, so there isn't anything in it. Whoop. I don't know if you'll actually be able to see this, but let's see here. These cells are absolutely loaded to the hilt with eggs. Absolutely loaded. So hopefully you're able to catch a little bit of that. So extremely, extremely, extremely good sign here. Queen is not on this frame though. Okay, let's see. This is another drawn foundation I put in there. Actually, it was just plastic frame, I think, put in there, and they have drawn one side of it out, right there. So lots of comb building going on in this colony. This one is totally loaded with nectar, it looks like. Nectar and pollen. Good. Nice calm hive. I just want to see what they're doing with this one. This is a foundationless frame as well. They've got this one about halfway filled out, looks like. Nice white comb in there. Looks like they're stacking away nectar in here. In this one, good. So they're in here, they're building comb, just what we want to see. I want to see if they're laying on this side of her. So just the eggs on the one frame so far up on top. I'm not going to really disturb the bottom nest, I don't think. God dang it. Breathe. Okay, so I think I'm going to put a pollen patty on this hive. So I'm going to get it ready, and I'm going to Well, maybe you can see that, maybe you can't. Plenty of bees in this colony. I actually shouldn't have to go any further into this colony, just to be honest, because I found what I needed to find. I got a laying queen in here. But here's another foundationless frame that they've completely drawn out. Oh. Just a whole lot of comb and not a whole lot else. There's some really old comb right here that I want to kind of check out. Okay, and this one is totally full of eggs. Very, very, very nice. Very, very, very nice frame here. I might expect to find her crawling around down here somewhere. Maybe. Oh yeah, larvae on here. Eggs on one side, larvae on the other. Excellent frame. Okay, I'm going to buckle this back up, and I'm going to put my pollen patty down here between the two brood boxes. Okay, and then we're going to put a queen excluder down and put a super on it. Okie dokie. Okay, the next swarm is the secondary swarm that I found, which is this one right here. And this is the one we really have to be concerned with, whether it has a queen or not. A lot of my viewers have stated that they think that there might be actually like a lot of my viewers have stated that there might be actually be multiple queens in this colony when I caught it, and we'll have to see. Now again, this one was caught right at the same time as the last one you just saw me inspect. And again, oh, this one's actually still has some syrup left on it. Wasn't expecting that. Well, maybe. This was that lemongrass. They started chewing on it, chewing it out, and trying to get rid of it out of the hive. So this one's going to be a difficult inspection here, for the simple reason that I'm kind of back here in the shadows a little bit. There were some junky frames in here, stinky frames from a dead out, and I was kind of hoping that they were going to clean it out. And I'll be honest with you, it doesn't look like there's very many bees in here. This is just a that's just a nectar frame. That's not what I want to see. Big roar coming out of this one, which tells me it might be queenless. Very, very heavy frames in the center here. They're just putting away nectar. They're not laying anything. So that sucks. I might have to give this one a frame of brood and let them create a queen, because I don't think that there's a queen in here. Sounds queenless to me. Yep. Nothing, just backfilled nectar. That's not a good sign for a queen right colony. Let's check this out. Nectar on this side. Nectar on this side. I'd say this is a bad colony right here. Okay, well, all right. I'm gonna have to give this one a frame of eggs. and I'm going to have to go into another colony to go get it. Let's see about maybe one of these colonies over here. Okay, I think this one will do it. It's got a little bit of brood, capped brood, a little bit, and a lot of eggs. So I think I'm going to give that one to this I'm going to give this one to this swarm colony over here. Just let them create their own queen. It is what it is. And I'll just have to pull out a frame. Okay, well, they got a frame of eggs. They can make their own queen now. And we'll just sort of let it go from there. Actually, here's the swarm that I did last night. This is it right here. That's the one I caught yesterday in the rainstorm, or I brought over here in the rainstorm yesterday. I'm gonna feed it. I was gonna put a honey super on it, but I think I'm just gonna feed it. Boy, I sure would like to put a feeder on it. I'm not even gonna check it for anything. All I want to do is feed it. So I'm a little disappointed that that second huge swarm didn't have a queen in it. That was a difficult capture, difficult transport, and you know, I know multiple followers had said that it probably has multiple queens, and I was actually really hopeful, because I was actually hopeful that if there was, you know, several virgins in there in that hive, that they would go off and they would go off and go into my queenless hives that I've set up for splits, and maybe take one of those over. I was hopeful of that. You know, you never know. The bees are in here, or in there, are missing. I bet you over 3/4 of the bees that I brought over are gone. And that was just 4 days ago, 5 days ago, something like that. And you're probably wondering why I put syrup over a super. To be honest with you, they are so out of food in this hive that they're not even going to store it. They're going to consume this 1 to 2 sugar water that I've given them here, and they won't store anything up there. I'm just trying to give them a sort of a leg up, and I don't know when the next time I'm going to be over here is, and if they run out, I want them to be able to store the honey in the surplus, because there is a lot of bees in this colony. So now you know you sort of know my method behind my madness there. Looks like I've got an orientation flight going on behind the camera here. This is probably one of my best hives. This is a package, actually, and it's really doing well. And honestly, I should be pulling that. Matter of fact, that's what I'm going to with these German hives. There's no need to keep it restricted. I'm going to open that wide open now, so you can actually see this. Okay, and then we're going to put that in there upside down, and that's it. And that's all there is to it. Now that's wide open, and now they can make honey to their heart's content. And that's how I'm going to have all my German hive bottoms. But that's a good orientation flight. It's a lot of bees. Let's see what they're doing for their honey. So I'd say this honey super is probably about 80% full. So this hive's making some pretty good honey. Let's see about this one here, right in the middle. That's pretty good, huh? I wouldn't complain about that at all. Okay. I'm actually going to under super this one. Not a ton of honey, but I am getting ready for the honey flow here, so. Okay,